Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing Factorspace from HackMyVm. This is a box short about solid to medium. And yeah, let's get on to the video. I'm starting by submitting my terminals here. I'm starting running gain nets cover my SR 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Doing this, we do type the box 10.0.158, so do control shift Z, so map scan. So do MM-SC for default scripts, my zero information, what's going to put an IP. Doing this, I'll do my zero remotes. This can take some time, so I'm just going to more into nmap.txt. Looking at the nmap results, we have port 22, which is open for SSH, is open SSH for Debian, port 8 pin for HTTP, and this is running Apache. We also do have the HTTP title for industrial. Some servers in port 80. In port 80, we do have industrial here for industrial and factory. So I'm just going to do IP, and it does seem like we do have the IPSum, so I guess this is going to be a template. Looking at the bottom, you'll see that we do have this for free HTML templates, right? So I'm going to control the source code. Looking into the source code, make sure you always do have the wrap long lines and also the syntax highlighting. So that's why I usually like breeze through basically the source code to view for any comments, because usually if there was a comment, it would probably be like in red or green sometimes, right? So it doesn't seem like we have any comments under here. Some separating some more numeration, we're in GoBuster. So to GoBuster to remote my students at the IP address, we'll do -w for user share word list. GoBuster directory list with the medium.txt to extensions HTML, txt, and also PHP. Looking at this, we do have images, index.html, login.php, check.php, auth.php, and a parent directory. So I'm going to check for this parent directory. Doesn't seem like to do anything under here. I'm sorry, going to this login.php. Looking at this login.php, we do have a CAPTCHA here that we can enter. We do have username and password. So I'm going to try this for like admin, and also for just trying this for admin. I'm going to see if this does matter for the type of CAPTCHA code, right? We just go to login. This is like we do everything. I'm also try this for admin for HE, so we do get a different response. And it doesn't seem like we're doing anything, right? So I'm starting by saying this within burp here. So I'm just going to go to proxy. So I'll go to close, go to next, go to start burp. So I'll go to proxy, go to two options, set this as my specific address here for 10.0.0.69. I do have this, make sure intercept is on. I want to try this for admin and try this for a, the reason I'm trying admin is I just want to try this for a simple default user. Also try this for pass. I'll try this for put the right capture right, because I'm going to start by brute forcing for the user admin, right? So it is y3k xv. So you can go to login. I'll send this into intruder here. We can go to positions, and here we do have multiple positions here. Looking to multiple positions, we can go to clear. And I want to be using this for sniper. Don't be using cluster bomb, because cluster bomb is for multiple positions here. In this case, we do have just one that we do want to put. So we can just add two there. We're going to brute force for the parameter for password, right? For the payloads here, I do want to specify one payload here for this rocku.txt. But if we do specify a rocku.txt, it's going to be too large, right? And burp is not going to be able to load it. So I'm just cap from user share wordless rocku.txt. I'm just going to head this out for -n. -n is the specify for the first 150 characters into rocku.txt, and I'll just put this into file.txt. We cut this file.txt, and now we do have the rocku.txt, right? So I'm just go to load. Now we can go to file.txt. And now we do have the rocku.txt that we did have, right? Using the head -n for 150. So doing that, since we do have that, we can just go to start attack, go to OK. And doing this, the way I do tell the difference between if we do get a login successful or not is by the length. Never tell by the status code, because looking into the length, you'll see that we do have this for 433 for the password for I love you. But looking into other ones, you'll see that you do still get a 302. If you go to response, you do get a 302 found. Same thing, even though we did have the password for 302 found, right? So now since we do have the password for I love you, I'm just going to go to proxy. I'll put this side by side. I can just change the pass. We did have this for I love you. And we can just forward the request. And now we're under the user admin, right? So here we do have a last name for Doe. We do have a last name for Doe. For the example for Doe, go to search. We go to search and we do get a matching result for last name for Doe is John. So anytime we do have like any information being outputted, I usually check for SQL injection. I like going to hack tricks, right? Looking into SQL injection, I want to test for XPath. XPath will allow me to, if we go down here into strings, we can start by testing this, right? So here we can just bypass a username or username and password, same value in both, to make the statement to make the statement true, right? If this is true, then that means we can confirm that we do have XPath injection. Look at this one now. We do have 3 users here for John, Jackie, and Dave. I'm going to put this into my text editor. That's for John, Jackie, and Dave. Put this right there. So now we do have those 3 users under here. Look into this. I want to start by doing XPath injection to actually extract passwords from using XPath injection, right? Using XPath injection, usually you'll have like a file that has listed elements. In this case, we can try this for passwords, usernames, emails, or basically any information, IDs. It can be basically any information that you do think is under the XPath file, right? So looking into this, we can start by extracting information using, see, string extraction. Here we go. So looking into the basic example, you do see that they do start with the statement to make this true. So I can just start by making the statement true, right? Making the statement true does allow us to view, just to separate the query from, because we still want this to run. So if I do search, I still want this to be outputting the name search results, which we do want, right? So I can just close this out, put this into a bracket. I'm just copying basically what they have here using the bracket. And in this case, they do search for, to get all names and passwords. They do use the /password. So I'll start by doing that. We'll do this for /password. Then I want to start by piping this out. Piping this out just allows us to run another command. And usually within like the XPath, the commands, it will let you view like, for viewing all the elements. If you do like a star, this will let you view all the elements under password, right? So under password, there's like a set of elements you can view. This will just display all of them for us, right? And doing the @ we can specify @ which is going to equal to anything that we do have under like, this is basically just a, how can I explain it? Maybe like a target, to target any element, which is like a wildcard selector to complete the command, right? So we can just do any letter for C. You got to be more specific in specifying C, which is going to be for like what it's going to display. In this case, I just specified C. Go to search. We don't have a specify the star. Or let's see, or we can do and C is equal to. So we want to specify the letter for C. And doing this, we do get the name search results. Now we do have 3 passwords here for secret 1, 2, 3. This password and also this password. So I'm guessing it's going to be correlating for each user for John, Jackie, and David. I'm going to try for the first user for John. We did have SSH open. So SSH into John at 10.0.0.158. We do have the password for secret 1, 2, 3. Doesn't seem to work. So I'm going to try this for Jackie now. We have this for Jackie. We did have that password for Jackie. Return on that. Put my terminals, we do ID, and now we're under Jackie. So doing this, we're under Jackie now. So I'm going to start running a sudo mycel. I'm also going to check for the kernel. So I'll run a uname -a. It does seem like the kernel is updated. So it's up to date. Do ls -a. We do have a .sh and also user.txt under here. We just do have the private key for Jackie, right? Under here, I'm going to start by checking for some connections, for some local connections listing on the server. So do ss -lntp. And here we do have this for TCP. Looking into TCP, you only do have the basic connections for port 22, which we did define on nmap. But if you do specify a U option, this will do for UDP. Looking into UDP, we do have this for 224.1.1.1 for 5555. So basically, if you don't know what this IP address, usually by default, you have like 127.0.0.1, like an IP address running on whatever port you do have for localhost. In this case example, you'll find 0.0.0 as well for connections that are on the server, which nmap does detect, right? In this case, you'll have 224. This is not like a common thing, but this is something called like a multicast IP address, right? So basically, as long as you are on a network, I do have my Kali machine and also this box running, which is going to be running under VMware or something, you'll have this basically having like a multicast address. My IP address right now for Cali is going to be for 10.0.0.69, which is on the same network, but 224.1.1 will receive any multicast packets sent to the address and port. So in this case, you'll have, like, if you do open Wireshark, you'll have this for UDP for the protocol going from 10.0.0 for an IP adder. You have this for 10.0.0.58 going to 224.1.1.1.1 or 241.1.1 for 55.55. Let's open this within Wireshark and confirm this, confirm if this is working, right? So you will have this under, if you go to your ETH0, you have this for UDP port is equal to 55.55. I just specified a filter. If we just stop this right now, you'll see that I do have this from, let's see, 10.0.157, or we did have the IP address for 10.0.158. Let's look into this for 55.55. So you have something like 10.0.158 for 224.1.1.1. If you just go to follow UDP stream, we do have a private key. So just in conclusion, anytime you do have an IP address for 224.1.1.1, it's basically any IP address can view this as long as they have the port. In this case, we didn't know that port from the beginning when we did start this machine, but once we did get access to the server, internally we do have this for 55.55. So any IP address on the network will be able to view this traffic, right? It doesn't matter of whatever IP address you do have, but so this is basically just called a multicast address, right? Which just lets you view the traffic for that, right? So looking into Wireshark, we do have an open SSH private key. Looking into this, we do want to make this even for 5 lines here. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do want to copy that. So copy this. We'll just clear my terminals here. I'll be into ID_RSA. What is it here? And this is going to be for root. Clear my terminals here. We'll do SSH into root at 10.0.0.158. We'll do -I for ID_RSA. So do chmod 600 for ID_RSA. Then we're going to SSH into root. We do also slay. We do ID, node root. Clear my terminals here and cat our root.txt. Cool guys, pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.